Hey guys, how's it going? Tim here again for Droid Life, bringing you another video. This time we are taking a look at the all-new Razer phone. The phone was announced earlier this month, and now we have it in-house, and we are super excited to get our hands on this phone that is labeled as a gamer's phone. First of all, I guess we'll take a look at the box. Retail packaging on the side here. We've got the Razer insignia, of course, with the Razer logo as well. And then on the back side here just shows you the contents of the box, but let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Have a piece of paper here. Try and hold it up while I read it. I'll read just the first sentence. I won't read the whole thing. Whether you're watching movies in bed, listening to music on your run, or kicking virtual ass on your commute, you need a device that delivers breathtaking visuals, cinematic audio, and the power to last all day. Introducing the Razer phone. So, definitely a nice little touch here. I mean, you can tell that Razer, I think, put a lot of effort into the creation of this device. You know, the specs that they were going to include, and pretty much the overall experience that one was going to get from their first kind of Android smartphone. I will say, you can't really get the phone out too well here. I do have a piece of plastic. Oh, there we go. Piece of plastic I can pull on. So here's the hardware. Right now I will strip this away, but then we of course have to dive into what the rest of the box has. And ooh, there's the phone. I can tell you right off the bat that it is big and it is heavy. All right, so let's just go ahead. We can turn it on here, and then I'll set it aside. Oh, look at that beautiful boot up logo there. Razer logo, powered by Android. That looks fantastic. I mean, if you're a gamer, I'm sure you know the Razer company. They make peripherals, controllers, mics, keyboards, everything you might need for your PC gaming needs. So again, this packaging actually very nice. It has these little folding section here, and then we dive in and we've got more boxes. This right here, you've got your paperwork, all that good stuff. This section right here, we have what appears to be your little headphone adapter. The phone does not have a 3.5mm headphone jack, so USB Type-C to 3.5mm headphone adapter is included. Thank you, Razer. It's the least these companies could do. You know, they're taking away our headphone jacks. And it's not like this phone doesn't have room for one, but hey, that's all right. Moving on here, we have, I'm assuming, the data cable, USB Type-C data cable. Yes, sort of a textured cord, sort of wrapped. Looks rather nice. Good quality. Feels like good quality, at least. We'll have to find out, though. Okay. I'm trying to make everything look just as nice as how it was shipped. But when you've got so many little pieces, odds and ends, it's kind of hard to do that. There we go. All right, and then last but not least, we have your USB Type-C, or your power adapter. If I can get it out, there we go. Ooh, look at this thing. That is a brick. Again, has that Razer logo on it. Looks very clean, very nice, very premium. Razer logo on both sides. Very cool. It looks great. Everything looks and feels very, very premium, just I guess as you would expect from a $700 smartphone. Very nice. I mean, but this is nice. I mean, sure, you could buy a $1,000 Galaxy Note 8 and this stuff feels like better quality than that stuff, but you know, Samsung is mass producing at a huge scale. So either way, let's go over some of the specs here, brighten up the display a little bit if we can. There you go. Welcome. And so for specs on the front side here, we have a 5.7-inch LCD QHD. It's 2560 by 1440 display. What's nice about this phone in particular is that Razer has created this display that has up to a refresh rate of 120 hertz. So, you know, when you're scrolling through your phone, playing games, you know, with the higher refresh rate, things are going to look more smooth, not as jittery or stuttery. So definitely looking to dive into that with the mobile gaming, but you can dial it back. So you can customize the refresh rate if you like. I mean, this is something that really a lot of maybe just casual, you know, phone users won't really see or kind of experience, but it is there, and from what I've heard so far, it is actually rather cool. So inside of the device is a Snapdragon 835 processor, complete with 8 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of built-in storage. It does offer micro SD support for expandable storage. Here's the bottom side and that USB Type-C port. On the left side here, you've got your volume up, volume down, just little buttons. It's not a rocker. Actually, a nice little touch there, plastic. You can hear actual physical clicks, which is cool. On the top side here, you have your mic. And then on the left side here, you've got this is where your SIM is going to go, as well as your micro SD. But then right here, you've got your power button, which doubles as your fingerprint reader. So if you're right-handed, you can use your thumb to unlock it. Or if you are left-handed, you can use your index finger, middle finger, however you want to hold the device. It will work. On the back side here, we do have dual cameras, and Razer went in depth at their unveiling of them with these cameras. One is a 12 megapixel f.175 wide angle lens, as well as a 13 megapixel f2.0 lens. So you've got two cameras here. I would assume they are quite capable with high megapixels and decent aperture. And then on the front side, of course, is a 8 megapixel camera right there. So moving on. Again, on the inside, you have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So powering this huge 5.7 inch display and this tank body, 4,000 milliamp hour battery, I mean, that is pretty massive. It does have quick charge 4+, so you should be getting a lot of juice in a short amount of time, so that's definitely a plus. As you will see here, we've got two front-facing speakers, one on the bottom, one on the top, and I'm assuming they get pretty darn loud. They are Dolby Atmos stereo speakers, dual amplifiers, as well as a THX certified sound system, I guess you could call it. So whether you've got your headphones on and you're hearing that THX certified sound, or you're listening with these Dolby Atmos speakers, everything should sound pretty good. Your games should sound good. Your YouTube videos should sound good. Other specs include Bluetooth 4.2, does have NFC, and of course it is available for carriers such as AT&T, T-Mobile, unlocked. So unlocked GSM carriers, if you're on Verizon, don't think it's going to work for you. I'm very sorry about that. Moving on though, it should be a pretty bare bones stock Android experience. I'm going to go ahead and set it up. We can take a look at the software and all of that, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we've got the Razer phone all booted up here, and as you can see, it is a pretty bare-bones stock Android. Now, one nice thing is that unlike a lot of other phones, actually, this might be the first phone to ever do it, but this comes preloaded with Nova Launcher and Nova Prime. Typically, that's like a $5 custom launcher application you can download on Google Play. This phone just comes with it. But with that launcher comes a custom theme store. In that theme store, you can change up application icons. So as you can see, Razer has its own kind of green theme going on here for phone, camera, calculator, etc. And you can change those up right on the fly through that theme store. There's a lot of different games or like kind of app developers or game developers that created their own packs, licensed packs. And so if you're a hardcore gamer, you can get those custom icons on your phone super easy. As I was saying though, pretty bare bones. I wouldn't necessarily call this a skin at all. It looks like they just kind of tweaked up the colors a bit to kind of go with Razer's theme. But as I was mentioning earlier about the display, and you can change up the refresh rate. Underneath the display settings menu, the third option there is refresh rate. And out of the box, it comes set at 90 hertz. You can tone it down to 60 hertz, or you can up it all the way up to 120 hertz. And I mean, to my eye, it doesn't really necessarily change much. I mean, of course, everything seems smooth, but I haven't opened up any applications or done any web browsing or anything like that, so that's something we're definitely going to be testing out. But as I was talking about, these front-facing speakers do have Dolby sound, so Dolby Atmos. So if you dive into here, you can change up sort of the EQ, the quality filter that's being toggled. So if you're playing a game, you can switch to game. You can set your own custom, play a little demo to see what the speakers are capable of. I did the demo, and I had the sound up halfway, and these things are extremely loud. So I don't think you have to worry about blowing them or anything, but they do get very loud. One other thing I wanted to touch on Inside here, the wallpapers app, if you tap on the Razer option, Razer preloaded a lot of options here for the wallpaper, and a lot of them do look really cool. So props to Razer for doing that. I'm a big wallpaper guy, so anytime that there's a really neat wallpaper I can use, I'm always for it. So here it is. The phone costs $699, is up for order right now in the US. If you are interested, you have any questions or comments about the Razer phone, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Be on the lookout for a full review, tips and tricks, all that fun stuff coming later down the road. And until then, we're Droid Life. Peace.